Shopping in Japan can be super overwhelming. You have products just flying everywhere. You have ladies in Japanese yelling, the music is blasting, and they're just hordes and hordes of people. But lucky for you, as an easily overstimulated person, I've got a plan for you. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the ultimate beauty packing guide and also a free, yes I said it, a free shopping list in Notion.
Oh my god! Wow!
I'll show you what not to bring, what you definitely should, and how to prep a shopping list so you're not like a frozen deer in headlights when you finally come face to face to a wall of Japanese beauty magic. Okay, let's first talk about things that you should definitely pack. And these are things that are either hard to find, super different from what you're used to, or just things that are not that effective over there, and trust me, you will thank me later. Ladies out there, the first one that you should definitely pack are tampons. Tampons in Japan are teeny tiny. I don't know why, but they're like literally made for ants, and they cannot handle like your day 2 chaos, which you do not want to be dealing with while you're on vacation. I've definitely made the mistake of forgetting my American tampons, and I've gone to konbini stores and had to buy tampons there, and I was just so severely disappointed because they're just not as effective. They're just so different. I highly do not recommend this. So even if you feel like your period might be coming on earlier or your cycle's kind of different, bring a backup and just bring a bunch of them just in case. They're so light, they won't make a dent in your suitcase. The next one is deodorant. The deodorant in Japan is just not that strong. If you go to konbinis or go to any drugstore and look at the deodorant section, they're mostly like light mist sprays, which like are fun and cute and all, but at the end of the day, they just don't really give you that strong odor protection. Especially if you're going to Japan in the summer, please do yourself and everyone around you a favor and bring your own deodorant. The thing that you should definitely pack is foundation or any base makeup. Shade ranges are more on the light side when you look at Japanese base makeups like foundations or concealers or even like cushion foundations, any of that kind of category. It usually ranges from like the light fair porcelain range. Whatever face makeup that you usually wear, make sure you bring that with you in your suitcase. Next thing to definitely pack are hair products for curly or textured hair. I'm Japanese, and as you can see, my hair is fairly straight. So that means when you go to Japan, a lot of the hair products there are built for more pin straight hair. They don't really know what kind of products to use for super curly or like textured kind of hair. You have that type of hair, pack your support system. You do not want to be out in like Japanese summer humid heat and wanting to test the waters to see like what's actually going to happen to your hair. The next one is prescription or acne skincare. A lot of the Japanese over-the-counter acne treatment products just aren't strong, meaning they even lack a lot of the things like benzoyl or like salicylic acid, and they're really not as effective as the products that we have here in the States. So if you have your favorite actives at home, even if you have like prescription tretinoin or hydroquinone that you've gotten from your dermatologist, do not forget that, because I promise you it is going to be very hard to find really big actives like that in any of the over-the-counter products when you go to Japan. The last one's kind of silly, but I think you'll thank me for this, and that's toothpaste. Most, if not all, hotels in Japan will give you a set of like toothbrush and a little thing of toothpaste. But what I don't like is that the taste is really mild. I want something minty to just really make me feel like the cleanest and freshest that I could possibly be before I go to bed. And especially when you're out all day eating your tonkatsu and curry and ramen and udon, and you just have all these like umami flavors in your mouth. And the toothpaste that they provide in those hotels, and honestly even sometimes in drugstores, just do not do it for me. So if you can, bring like your big toothpaste and like put it in your check-in, or at least like try and find a travel one and bring like a bunch of mini ones, because ours is just so much better. Okay, now let's move on to my shopping guide. I'm so excited to show you this because I wish I had this before I went to Japan, and it is just so good. One thing to know is that in this section, we're only going to be talking about the store Cosme. If you don't know what Cosme is, it's essentially like the Sephora or Ulta of Japan, and they actually only have these stores in big hub cities like Tokyo and Osaka. I'm actually also going to link in my description a Google Maps link to show you where all the Cosme locations are in Japan, so you're prepared. But if you're watching this and you're like,
You know, I'm actually not even gonna go to Cosme. There's no way.
then skip to the next chapter and go over all the things that you should leave at home and not pack. Now, like I mentioned earlier, it's really easy to get lost in Cosme. What really freaked me out and I was so intimidated was the giant walls. Like I felt like the walls were just caving in. And on top of that, it was absolute chaos with so many people in the store that I was like, you know, I need to come better prepared next time. And at that point too, I was just throwing things in my basket without having the know-all to like research it and really know if this was going to be good for me. And let's face it, yes, the yen does get you pretty far these days, but you don't want to waste it. So I'm here to teach you how to shop smart. So what I've created for you today is a free Notion template that will help you get started in terms of pre-planning and researching products before you go to Cosme so you don't blindly just buy the #1 ranked item. Okay, let's hop onto my computer so I can show you how to use it. This is the shopping guide in Notion. If you love this template, again, please subscribe to my channel. That would really help me out. And make sure you duplicate the entire template. What you're going to do is go to this upper right hand corner and hit duplicate, and then you can duplicate this entire content. Now let's walk through the table itself. I broke them out into different categories, and you'll see there will be different Cosme links next to them. I couldn't find just plain 30s or plain 20s, so they literally translated it as early 30s or 20s, so I thought I'd just throw that in there. All of your eye makeup, all of your lip makeup, any base or foundation makeup if you're interested, nails, any types of products based off of like concerns, and then any skincare, moisturizers, sunscreen, hair care, and styling. So this is a duplicate that I've created, and how you're going to use this is if you're interested in one of the products, let's go to early 30s. You'll click on the link here and you'll be taken to Cosme's website. What I did for you here is already link the early 30s topic, which is actually here in Japanese, and you'll see it's all ranked based on #1, #2, #3. What I typically do is I start looking at all these products, but before I do so, it's really important to get some type of translator. I highly recommend downloading this Google Translate Chrome extension. Sorry if you don't have Chrome, I'm not actually sure what the best option is, but if not, you could just copy and paste and put it into a translator. I would say that's probably the best way to do it, but the extension comes especially in handy, and I'll show you why. You can start highlighting names here and easily translating them using the extension. So it'll tell you the name of the product. This is typically the name of the brand. And then as you click into the product itself, now you're kind of overwhelmed. You're like, there's so much going on here. One thing to note is you'll see the yen kanji, the Japanese sign here. So this is where the price is going to be. As you go to the bottom, right around this area, you will find the product description. I think this is really important because this will help you figure out if this product is best for you. I then copy this whole area and I start reading it and I go, oh great, this says SPF 25 in it and it has like a light empowering enhancer. So it makes me think there's going to be a little bit of shine to it. That helps me really understand if this product is meant for me. If you want to go a step further, then you could even go all the way down to the reviews. So start seeing all of these different reviews laid out here. And then I believe these are the rest of the reviews. And again, you can use your little translator. I believe they're out of 7. So 7 is considered a high number. 5 is probably medium. And if you really want to get into it, you can start looking at the reviews themselves and translating them to see if this is good for you or not. Okay, now let's say this is the product for you. You're hooked, you're sold, you want to add it to your list. The easiest here is taking the link and then going back to the list. Since this was in my early 30s category, all I have to do is go to the image here, and actually you could just embed a link if you wanted to. That way when you go to the store, all you have to do is click on this link and you can show the sales rep the exact product that you are looking for. Another way you could do this is add a file or image and choose the file. If you have like a screenshot that you downloaded or a picture, you can add that image in there as well. That's probably going to be the most important thing you want on your sheet. If you want to remove any of these columns, like feel free to do so. One thing that I put in there just in case is the product name. If you do want the product name, I think for your own purposes, you might want it to be in English so it's easier for you to track what you're buying. And then also anything in the link next to the name, this is going to be the brand name. Like I mentioned, you can put the price ranges in here or any additional notes that you want to. I try to sift through Cosme as much as I possibly can to get you at least like the high level categories that I've been seeing and the things that like I would want to get when I'm over there. It might seem like a lot of work up front, but trust me, I think it's so worth it because if you have the time now, it's like, why not do it? Versus once you're there, you're in a foreign country. You have no idea what's going on. You're now overwhelmed. You didn't think it was gonna be this frazzled, but now you have a plan of action going into it. My thing is, the more prepared you are, the higher chance that you'll get some time back to see more of Japan. Also, as a bonus, I do think it's a fun way to start learning Japanese and maybe kind of getting used to the language before you go. I will link the Notion template down in my descriptions below, and if it's something that you used and you liked it, feel free to comment and let me know what you think. Also, if you loved it and you want to give me a little thank you, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Now let's move on to things that you should leave at home when packing for Japan. Now, because there's so much you could buy in Japan, there are things that I leave at home because I'd rather upgrade when I'm there, and plus, who doesn't love a lighter suitcase? The first one is oil cleansers. Japan has endless, gentle, and effective options when it comes to oil cleansers, and they are just so much more superior than what we have here. Plus, they're often cheaper and they're better formulated, especially for sensitive skin. I also hate trying to pack my oil cleansers into like travel bottles because it can get so messy. So I'd rather just go to Japan and buy really good oil cleansers for super cheap and just have it with me for my entire time when I'm there. And if you're interested in my favorite picks of oil cleansers from Japan, I would say my all-time tried and true is the DHC oil cleanser. It is so simple and so effective, and it's so affordable. I am obsessed. Highly recommend that one. The next one is sheet masks. You will find shelves and shelves full of high quality sheet masks when you go to Japan. Also, if you're curious about my favorite sheet mask when I go to Japan, I will link a video up here that talks about some of my favorite masks that I've gotten. The next thing that I always leave at home is mascara, especially for someone like me who has Japanese lashes, but even more so anyone that has like straight lashes. Mascara over there does something to them that I cannot explain. It is straight wizardry. I do not know what kind of sorceress witch lives over there and puts little potions into the mascara to actually get my lashes to hold a curl. I'm ditching any mascara that I buy from America. Current mascara that I've been using that I love is this My Lash mascara. There's some smudges on it, so I'm sorry. But also, when I went to Japan, I saw that the D-Up mascara was really popular amongst Japanese girlies, and I also did get myself the Can Make Meta Look mascara as well. And what I do is I also pair it with the Lash Silhouette Keeper from Majorca. I can never pronounce it right. The next thing not to pack is oil blotting sheets. These are everywhere and they're often much cuter, more affordable, and they give you so many more sheets for what you pay for. They're a lot more effective too because they use rice paper. A lot of the ones that I use here feel like this like weird plastic that feels like a trash bag, but I like that they use like rice paper, and sometimes there's powder on them that helps like mattify your skin afterwards. I absolutely love the blotting sheets that they sell in Japan. I don't really have one special recommendation when it comes to blotting sheets. I've tried all of them and I love them all equally. You can easily find these at drugstores or even at Cosme. Wherever you go, they're very easily available. Okay, the last thing not to pack is lip products. Literally, when I go to Japan, the only thing I pack is chapstick, and that is it. From drugstores to konbinis to Cosme, lip products are literally everywhere, and I just wanted to collect them all. My top 3 favorite right now is the Watery Lip Tint by Saison, and then I also love Kate's Lip Monster lipstick. I am actually wearing this Kate's Lip Monster shade in 7 right now. And then I also love Hints, which is a Korean brand, but they have their lip glosses over in Cosme as well. And then for Hints, I have the shade Raw Grape here, but I also have the shade Raw Cocoa, which I love as well. And if you're interested in some unique Japanese beauty products that no one is talking about, then watch this video next.